Hello, my name's Tigger the Incineroar. Now I'm sorry that I was away for a little bit because of course there was Christmas, and if you didn't know, I had exams right after Christmas. So I do apologise about that. Anyway, today's video is top 10 Alola Pokemon. Now I'll be going from Alola right down to Kanto with top 10s or top 5 of who my favourite Pokemon are. So make sure to stay tuned for them. Now this video will be based off my opinions, so not really very many stats will be in this video. There won't be any Alola forms because I've done a video on that, and there won't be any Ultra Beast because I will be doing that soon. Also, when I say a Pokemon, I mean its whole evolution line, so if I say Litten, I also mean Incineroar. Now number 10 is Beware. Now I like Beware for a few reasons. First of all, its shiny is very cool. Not only that, but it's a very cute Pokemon, and its backstory / lore is very cool. It's, I think, the first and only ever normal and fighting type, or if not, there's only like 2 of them. So its unique typing, its very cute design, and the whole backstory is why it's on this list. Now next up is Ribombee. Now for a while I didn't really care that much about Ribombee because I never used it before, but then I started shiny hunting Cutiefly, and I got a shiny Cutiefly after like 600 SOS encounters, so I love its shiny. Its stats are interesting, but I've used it competitively, and it is great competitively, and I love its totem battle. I thought the fact that it just walked through the door and it was just funny. So overall, its design is great, its shiny is great, its stats are very good, and I find this quite a funny Pokemon as well, which is why it's on the list. Now at number 8 is Decidueye and Primarina. Now they are on my list because again, their shinies are great, but it's not all down to shinies. Their designs are probably 2 of the best designed starters for their full evolutions in most of the games. I have said this before, but Alola starters are the best starters in my opinion. While statistically, stats wise, Decidueye's not very good. Primarina is still very good, but it's all down to design, which is why they're on my list. Now at number 7 is Solgaleo. Now, I know I did a video on this, but I did choose Moon over Sun, and I chose Ultra Moon over Ultra Sun, but I still like Solgaleo just as much. Stats wise, it's very good. Its moveset is very good, which is another reason why I like it, because it's very diverse, which makes me like the Pokemon a lot more because I like it when the moveset is pretty diverse. Its design is very cool as well, and I generally like the Pokemon. Whilst I don't like it as much as Lunala, I still like it. At number 6 is Vikavolt. Now Vikavolt is, I used it once before in the main playthrough, which is Ultra Moon, and I felt like I ended up getting an attachment to it, and I like it a lot. It's like the only 1 out of 2 Pokemon that is Bug and Electric, which is a very cool typing, one of my favourite dual typings, which is a reason why it's on my list. And also because it was my first shiny I ever got, that I've ever caught, was Grubbin, and of course I evolved it into a Vikavolt, so it's a very important Pokemon to me. Now halfway on the list is Araquanid. Now if I did this video before Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon came out, then Araquanid wouldn't be on this list, particularly shiny Araquanid. Now shiny Araquanid looks amazing. I love how it replaces the blue with the purple. It's so cool. I love the shiny. But its general design is very cool, and the fact that it puts things it loves or it wants to eat, I can't remember which one it was, but things it loves, I think it was, into bubbles, is very cool. And Again, its typing is very unique. Whilst it is very weak to electric type, its stats are amazing. So why is it on my list? Well, its stats are amazing, its design is amazing, and its shiny is also amazing. Now at number 4 is the Lycan Rocks. So I love all 3 of the forms, and the fact that it has forms is very cool. That's mostly why it's on my list, just because the fact that it evolves at different time and days, the fact that it has 3 forms, and the designs are great, so that's why it's on my list. Taking the 3rd spot is Komodo. Now, again, I said this a lot in this video, but if it wasn't for USUM Noctilumoon, Komodo wouldn't be on this list. That's because his Z Crystal made him so powerful, and I mean OP powerful, which is good because Komodo wasn't very great in normal Sun and Moon, but it's had a big buff, and I always felt like its design is very cool, so it's probably one of my favourite pseudo legendaries because of the big improvement they made. So I'm happy that Game Freak improved this Pokemon. Now at number 2 is a joint spot between 2 Pokemon, Lunala and Necrozma. I can't decide at all between the 2 which I prefer, because Lunala was my first ever legendary, and I always thought I thought she was very cool, and the typing was great. Competitively, I have won a lot of battle royales, I've won doubles and singles with Lunala, but Necrozma was so much improved in this game. It went from a weak Pokemon that we knew nothing about to something so cool. So because of its development, because of Lunala having the pre-evolution, because of Necrozma having 3 new forms, one of which makes Gen 7 finally stand out more competitively. So that's why it's on my list, because I love both of them and I can't decide. Now my favourite Alola Pokemon, my favourite Pokemon ever, and my mascot of this channel is Incineroar and its evolution line. I love Incineroar. Why? It was my first Pokemon, it was my first starter, it's probably, I trained it up so it's very strong, my first Incineroar. My second Incineroar is also very strong, so Incineroar is very strong, as well as its design is great, and I feel like the history and memories that I've had with Incineroar is very important, and I love this Pokemon, so that's why it's number 1. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. The next video will probably be a top 5, because I don't want it to be as long as this one, so I apologise about how long this video was. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!